the shadow priest of Pompeii. In the vibrant, sun-drenched streets of 19th century Naples, Bartolo was a young man with a mind like a lightning bolt. He was a brilliant law student, but his intellectual hunger took a sharp, dangerous turn. He began to see his childhood faith as a shackle, and in his search for ultimate power, he wandered into the darkest corners of the city, trading his prayers for ancient, forbidden rituals. Bartolo didn't just dabble in the dark, he dove in head first. He rose through the ranks of a radical cult until he was ordained as a satanic priest. He stood before altars of shadow, leading others away from the light. Yet, the deeper he went, the heavier his soul became. The power he sought felt like a lead weight in his chest, and his nights were haunted by a crushing sense of emptiness. At the brink of a nervous breakdown, Bartolo found an unexpected lifeline in Friar Alberto. The friar didn't shout or condemn. He listened with a quiet strength that Bartolo couldn't comprehend. Alberto challenged him to confront the chaos of his life and suggested that the path back to peace was paved with a simple string of beads. Seeking clarity, Bartolo traveled to the desolate, marshy valley of Pompeii. While walking through the overgrown ruins of the ancient city, the weight of his past sins nearly drove him to despair. Suddenly, he heard an echo in his mind, the voice of Friar Alberto repeating a sacred promise. "One who propagates my rosary shall be saved." In that moment, the darkness broke, and Bartolo fell to his knees, grasping his rosary as if it were a literal chain to heaven. Bartolo knew he couldn't rebuild his life alone. He met Countess Mariana, a wealthy widow who shared his desire to help the forgotten. Though they came from different worlds, they formed an unbreakable bond of mission. They looked out over the impoverished valley of Pompeii and decided that this place of ancient death would become a city of new life. With the Countess's financial support and Bartolo's relentless drive, they began a project that the world thought was impossible. They started collecting pennies from the poor and stones from the earth to build a magnificent home for the Virgin Mary. Slowly, the foundations of the Basilica of Our Lady of the Most Holy Rosary began to rise from the mud. Bartolo's vision went far beyond stone and mortar. He looked at the street children of Pompeii, the orphans and the outcasts, and saw his own younger self. He founded elementary schools and orphanages, determined to give these children the moral compass he had once lost. He spent his days teaching a young boy named Elio how to read, proving that every life was a mystery worth unfolding. Perhaps his most radical work was for the forgotten among the forgotten. He opened a technical school and a print shop specifically for the children of convicted criminals, youth who were often shunned by society. He taught a teenager named Lucia how to operate a printing press, giving her a trade and the dignity of honest work, showing her that her father's shadow did not have to be her own. Bartolo's life was a living meditation on the life of Christ. His writings on the Rosary were so profound that, decades later, they would deeply influence a young Carol, the future Pope John Paul II. Bartolo's belief that the Rosary should reflect the light of the Gospel eventually helped inspire the Pope to add the luminous mysteries to the traditional prayer, connecting the world's path to the light of the Savior. Bartolo Longo passed away as a man completely transformed from a priest of shadows to a beacon of hope. His final legacy was a prayer that still echoes through the halls of his basilica. O Blessed Rosary of Mary, sweet chain that unites us to God, O Queen of the Rosary of Pompeii, Mother of us all, he proved that no matter how far we wander into the night, the dawn is only a prayer away.